Okay, so 90-minute Yin yoga class. Yeah. So remember, even though Yin has its own set of tattvas or principles, ahimsa is first. Ahimsa meaning non-harm, self-care, self-love, taking care of yourself. If you have questions, ask. If something doesn't feel right, let me know. If you need an additional prop for any posture, let me know as well. Okay. So you can start in heart bed. Whatever variation of heart bed works for you. So the idea of heart bed is to prop up the back of your heart, like in between your shoulder blades. Anatomy, that's called your thoracic. You can go for Baddha Konasana for your legs, feet together, knees open up. And remember, for Yin, you want to go into your edge. So take a few minutes to set up, make sure you're at your edge and that you can hold this posture in stillness. And you'll be starting here for a 10-minute hold. So settling into your presencing posture. Making sure you're set up with ahimsa first. Drop into your tattva of stillness. And time starts now for your 10-minute hold. So as you hold here, start to connect to your heart. Your heart belongs to your fire element. Your fire element governs your passions, desires, behaviors, and actions. Fire is transformation on all levels. So as you begin to generate your Ujjayi breath, deep inhales and exhales through your nose, start to connect to your heart energy. Be connecting to your passions. Your desires. You're welcome to stay here with this exploration. Or take it a little bit deeper, exploring if there are any blockages within your fire element. And the blockages within your fire element show up as impatience, any resentment, even any dislike or the H word, hate. Again, if that's a little too provoking for you, you stay focused on your desires, your Ujjayi breath. If you want to take your exploration into your emotional body, start to ask yourself, am I holding on to any impatience anywhere in my life, any resentment, any dislike or hate? Remember, Yin Yoga is all about stillness and softness. Moving through the darkness with ease as the lotus flower grows up through dark mud, consistently, persistently growing through the darkness, rising above it, blossoming beautifully on top of it. You're halfway there. Let's take a moment to check in with your edge. If your edge has softened, you can take some movements to reconnect to it. Three more minutes. One more minute. For this final minute here, connect to an I am loved mantra in honor of your fire element in your heart, the organ of your heart. I am loved every inhale. I am loved every exhale. The final tattva of Yin Yoga is the release, and it's said to be done way slower than you want to move due to the depth in which you not only physically hold the posture, but the depths in which you slip into a meditative state or an energetic connection. So go ahead and start to bring your hands to your outer thighs and help your thighs together. And roll over off of your props into fetal position on either side. And you can guide yourself up to seated. And you'll set up for your next posture, Ekapada, half pigeon, or in Yin called swan. Right leg forward, left leg back. Pardon? So half pigeon, right leg forward, left leg back. So you can prop up however it feels good. Do you want this on? Would you like? Yeah. Oh. Hot in Jess, that manual you showed me, the heart is the next organ. Okay. It's a description of when we get into advanced traditional Chinese medicine, what you start to study is that the heart is, remember how you've heard me say the heart is your empress, right? The storehouse of your spirit. So if you go to see a TCM doc and you have any imbalances within your fire element, they'll typically treat the other elements because the job of the other organs is to protect the empress or the emperor, right? So if you have like increased heat, they might look at treating your liver and anger. Yeah. So everything, all of your other organs in an advanced thinking protects your heart. Yeah. So remember critical alignment here. The most important part of anatomy is critical alignment. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you don't have any pain or pulling in either knee. You're going to have pressure because you're on your knees, right? Set up at your edge with a himsa guiding you. And you'll hold here for 10 minutes. Oof. Taking it up. Wait till tomorrow's class. We've gone longer and longer in these poses. Do you want more AC? Let's turn it down one notch. Because we're in the wood element. One of the meridians that this works with, liver and gallbladder, wood element. So drop into your pose, drop into this moment now here. Our wood element is the general and the thinker of all elements. It's the initiator of sustainable change, the forward mover, the maker of change. So start to think about or visualize tall bamboo swaying and blowing in the wind. And like bamboo blowing in the wind, our wood element allows us to be strong and flexible. It allows us to connect to our determination to never, ever break. Wood gives birth to fire, which feeds our passion, love, patience, resourcefulness, and generosity. Our wood element gives us our warmth, our kindness, and our ability to cooperate. Any blockages in this element or within the liver and gallbladder meridian show up as anger and frustration. You can stay with your ujjayi breath and the physical opening that you may be feeling on your right hip or your left hip flexors, or even the compression of your right hip flexors. You can stay with this physical or explore the information that you've just heard. Am I holding on to any anger or frustration, annoyance? And if so, you can use your yin yoga practice as a way to release it. It's an option, it's an invitation, right? And remember, you're certainly welcome to decline any invitation. You're halfway there. Notice if you can connect to any right side, left side philosophy. Notice where you're feeling this posture the most. If you're in your right side, can you connect to your qualities of your divine masculinity, the side of Shiva, stability, movement, sun energy? Or if you're feeling this more somewhere on your left side, are you able to connect to your divine feminine energy, Shakti, stillness, the energy of the moon? Using any darkness to shine brighter. Whichever exploration you're in, allow your breath to guide it a little deeper or a lot deeper. The choice is yours. Ujjayi. Deep inhales and exhales through your nose with a slight audibility coming from the back of your throat. Use your final minute here to recite the mantra, I am strong. Every inhale, I am strong. Every exhale, I am strong. And you'll slowly rise up, slower than you want to, onto your hands. Pause in your seated pigeon. Connect to your yang energy. Feel the strength through your arms. And start to make your way into your downward facing dog, into your yang pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Paddle out your feet, shake your head. Open up your mouth, rock your bottom jaw from side to side. And drop down to all fours, continuing with your yang movement, cat-cow. Connecting to the center of your spine, your Sushumna, where your left and right side energies blend together. Allow your breath to guide your movement. Explore now here. And take your awareness inward and notice where you're holding on to any physical tension. And start to take any organic, intuitive movements. And you'll take your half pigeon on your left side. And take your time, set up, create your edge. And notice one side can be very different than the other, that's okay. As you create your edge on this side, notice where you feel it more, left side. Are you getting into your feminine side, the side of Shakti? Or are you getting more into your right side, your masculine side, the side of Shiva? Once you create your edge, drop into your stillness. 10 minutes starts now. This is one of the postures that works with every element as well, every meridian. So you can use this time to feel your physical sensations, maybe explore left side, right side, or use your inhales to investigate and ask the question, where am I holding tension? What is this tension from? And perhaps you can discover a stuck emotion, stuck energy, stuck situation, stuck thought. And allow your exhale to soften it. Soften any thoughts around it, any feelings. And remember that sometimes when we soften, emotions come out, and that's perfectly okay. Whichever path you choose in this asana, allow it to be led by your breath. Just come up to 4 minutes. Tune in and check in. Just notice the space you're creating for yourself. And ask yourself, is this the space I want to create for myself? And if it is, great. If it isn't, change it. You're halfway there. Where could you soften more? Maybe your hands, shoulders, neck, face, jaw, throat. Maybe your mind. Three minutes left. Melt into your edge. Your last 2 minutes. And if you could create your own I am statement that would empower you in your experience in this moment, what would it be? Whatever you choose, recite it with each inhale and every exhale. 30 seconds left. And very slowly rise up. As you do so, connect to the energy of the sun. Notice any heat, feel the movement. Go ahead and slide your left leg back into a cat-cow or a downward facing dog. Come through to a seated position for meditation and pranayama practice. Set up comfortably. At any time throughout this practice, if you become uncomfortable, move. If you become dizzy, stop. The pranayama you'll do is ujjayi breath. And try to slow it down a little more than you've been breathing thus far in class. And your meditation will be a tapping point, the one right in between your eyes. Number 6 is your liver. So you can use one finger or two fingers. And you're going to sit tall. Your left palm can be up, opening to receive compassion. Okay? Compassion is the highest expression of your liver. And as you tap your liver point, you can keep your eyes opened or closed, connect to your ujjayi breath. And your mantra is going to be I release, I release, I release. Tapping with one finger or two. And tap gently. You should feel like someone's lightly knocking at the door of your liver. Okay, guys, open up, let me in. I'm Compassion, coming for a visit. Okay. You'll do this process for 3 minutes. Slow, deep ujjayi breath. Tap, tap, tap. I release, I release, I release. Middle of your eyebrows. Shauna, drop your hands down. Middle of your eyebrows, yeah. I release, I release, I release. One more minute. With your next inhale, fill all the way up with air. Pause your breath. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Flip both palms over, grounding down. Release your breath with a sigh out. Once again, fill all the way up. Feel your ribs expand. Pause at the top. Suspend your breath. Open your mouth. Sigh out. Last one. Big breath in. Fill, fill, fill. Pause at the top. Suspend your breath. If you can fit it, take in one more gentle sip of air. Suspend. Open up. Sigh out. Regenerate your Ujjayi breath. Allow your hands to cup your knees and continue with some yang movement, seated cat-cow. Sarah, you're up next. Drawing your awareness back up to your heart, the front of your heart and the back of your heart. You can connect to a few rounds of I am love. Every inhale, let your heart open. I am loved. Every exhale, feel the back of your heart open. I am loved. Back body represents your past in the Vedic philosophy. Front body represents your future. So let this motion, your last few seconds here, bring love in from your past and send it into your future. Even though with the unknown, letting the love fall as pavers, creating a path for you to move forward.
Next, we will set up for Supta Baddha Konasana, or diving pose. With whatever props you need to meet your edge while still practicing ahimsa, not afraid. Once you get settled into your pose, into diamond pose, you will meet your edge safely and find stillness. You'll hold the pose for 5 minutes. Supta Baddha Konasana connects us to our spleen and stomach element, the earth element. Let yourself feel grounded and supported. Open yourself to your empathy, openness, and fairness. Let yourself release any worry or anxiety. Trust that you are supported and nurtured by the earth element. You're about halfway there. Lean into the support of the earth, the Great Mother. Open yourself to empathy, openness, and fairness as you release worry and any anxiety. At any point, if you feel that you have passed your edge, please make an adjustment. Let this pose or shape work through you. Opening yourself to empathy, openness, and fairness as you release worry and anxiety. Let your body be supported by the strength of the earth. You can even feel the bottoms of your feet as they touch each other, and trust that you have the support, your own spirit and energy. Open to empathy, openness, and fairness, and release worry and anxiety as you take a deep inhalation and slowly move out of your pose, scooping underneath your knees, bringing your knees together. You can move into gentle windshield wipers, activating some yang energy. And return to center.
Hug both knees into your chest. Come back to your mantra, I am loved. Releasing your feet down to your mat and taking a block to set up for supported bridge. So ask yourself, what would my edge be today in supported bridge? Maybe that's a pillow or a blanket elevating your sacrum slightly, or maybe it's a block. You want to make sure your block is straight. So make sure, Shawnee, you can bring your blocks like this. You want it straight. So bring the bottom more forward. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Does that feel more stable? Yeah.
Unstable feels stable.
And you can choose what you want to do with your legs. Options are to keep them hip width as they are. You can move into a Baddha Konasana. This is a really deep pelvic stretch. Check out which one feels best for your body now, here in this moment. Mhm.
10 minutes, 5 minutes.
5 minute hold. Remember, ahimsa is your guide. If you commit to hold in a certain space and it doesn't feel good, you're allowed to move. Yeah. So settling into stillness, ujjayi breath. This one of the elements that this posture works with is your fire element, which houses your heart, your queen or empress of your body. Allow your ujjayi breath to flow into the area of your heart, the front and also the back. If you'd like to incorporate a mudra, you can bring in the Agni mudra, the fire mudra, which is done by folding your ring fingers in towards your hand, your ring fingers with your thumb. Yeah, there you go. Pulling it in. Agni mudra. The Agni mudra may help relieve any symptoms of depression. It can help balance your thyroid, cholesterol. It can help with symptoms of constipation. And you're halfway there. Lean into your experience, what's happening for you. And regardless of what's happening, can you allow it to be okay? Can you allow it to ebb and flow just as your ujjayi breath is? In 2 more minutes. Or could you bring more yin, either more stillness, more edge, more ease? One more minute. Back to your mantra, and this time you can say, I love me. Every inhale, every exhale. Very slowly start to press your feet into the earth. Lift your hips up, remove your block, and very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, articulate out of the pose into reclined pyramid. Knees together, feet wide. Allow your body to drop into your earth element, into a feeling of grounded energy. And take some grounded movement, wide wipers. Allow your Ujjayi breath to guide you through these movements. And slide your feet out into a wide-legged Shavasana for banana pose. So always starting on your right side, right ankle over your left. Go ahead and scooch your head and shoulders over to your left as well, taking the shape of a banana. So right leg over left first. Okay, so start off wide. If you're in it, stay. If you're not, follow me. Legs are wide. Lift your right ankle over top of your left. There we go. Good. And then you're scooching over. You got it. Taking the shape of a crescent moon or a banana. It does, yeah. And Alicia, you're working your edge, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Breathing into your whole right side body. Holding here for 5 minutes. Be mindful of your right knee, right? If you start to feel any pressure in your right knee, pain or pulling, let me know. You can block it up. And this posture works with your arms up, the lung meridian. This lung meridian is secondary to your side body psoas stretch, which works both your wood element and fire element. Okay, so you can choose what to focus on. You can choose to release any sadness or depression that may be held in your lungs. You could choose to release any anger, frustration that may be stored in your liver or gallbladder. And also with your arms up, you're getting into your fire element, your heart meridian, which you can choose to release any impatience, dislike, or hate. Or you can simply recite your I love me mantra with every inhale and every exhale. You're halfway there. Notice where you could bring a little more softness, a little more connection, or a little more release. 1 minute to go. Here to summarize your experience in your banana pose on your right side. Land any insights. As slow as you can, release back to your wide-legged Shavasana. Feel the difference from leg to leg, side to side. Alicia, your leg's longer. Uh-huh. Move a little bit slower next time. Everyone, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to your mat and just take some windshield wipers. Which organ did you say the psoas was connected to? The psoas connects to your 12th thoracic vertebrae, all lumbar vertebrae 1 through 5, wraps around, so it's related to your kidneys and adrenals. It doesn't attach to them, but through fascia, it does, through a fascial connection. Wraps around the side of your body and plugs into the inner side of your femur bone. Uh-huh. Yin is deep. And see if you notice a little bit more movement on your right side compared to your left. How's it feeling now, Alicia?
It's fine.
Good.
Yeah, it's just
Good. Slide your legs back out. Left side, left leg over. And scooch over to your right. And get into your left side. Check out your left knee, no hyperextension, any pressure. Prop it up. Drop into your edge. It's 11:11, make a wish. Time starts now. 5-minute hold. Again, choose your own adventure into your left side body, where the meridians run equal at both sides. You can be with your lung meridian or heart meridian if you have your arms up. Connecting to love and courage, releasing sadness, resentment. Or if you're focusing on your side body, you can connect to your wood element. Releasing any anger, dislike, rage, frustration, or connecting to compassion. Or Shakti, your divine feminine ability to love, nurture. Ujjayi breath. Ebb and flow with your experience. Soften your eyes, your jaw, your throat. 90 seconds left. And really, really slow, as slow as you've ever moved, release. You can take any very gentle movement as you set up for your final Shavasana. As you get into your Shavasana, can release your Ujjayi breath. Separate your teeth. Separate your teeth, relax your tongue, relax your fingers, relax your hands. You don't have to hold your hands open, let them relax. Let your fingers curl naturally. Let your feet flop open. Let go of all control. Move into complete surrender. Connect to the loving energy of Mother Earth. Imagine your mat is a pool of love, enveloping your entire body, moving into every single cell. You can start to bring in some gentle movement. Slower than normal. And start to slide the soles of your feet to your mat. And take some very gentle windshield wipers. And you can very slowly roll over onto your left side of your body, your yin side. Just allowing your heart to drop down toward Mother Earth. Guide yourself up to seated. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, joining your left and right side energy bodies together through your palms in front of your heart. Take a moment to connect to your highest self, your Empress, your queen, your goddess energy. I'm just asking for any guidance or messages or maybe some answers that you've been seeking. And then fold forward to close your practice. Namaste. If you'd like to pick a card at this time for further guidance, go ahead and do so.